Oh yes. Oh, this has to be my lucky day. So this definitely has to be my lucky day. Normally, after searching for hours, I found one butterfly. And right now there are two butterflies here sitting right next to each other on top of these two grasses here. Absolutely amazing. And the sun just came over the horizon there, creating some beautiful backlight here and illuminating all those water drops on top of those grasses here. So it just looks really nice, and I'm gonna try to take a couple of pictures handheld. Sometimes a little bit of wind blows by, but most of the times I'm definitely fine. Let me just try to show you on the back of the camera how tiny these butterflies are, because I'm looking at a pinky sized butterfly. So let me pick the camera up here. Let me try to show you where the butterflies are sitting. So you can see there's one over here and the other one is sitting on the flower right next to it. The only problem is that I almost can't get them into one shot. You know, one is sitting like this and the other one is sitting like that. And they are a little bit further away, about 10 centimeters. And with a macro lens, you know, this is the 2.8 60mm. The depth of field is really low. So it's if I raise the aperture to about f11 or f12, immediately all those grasses come into the frame and you get a really disturbing background. So yeah, that's not really nice. So it's just making the best of it and shooting one by one. I took a couple of shots of them together, but that's actually quite difficult. But yeah, let me try to make a little bit close-up video here and try to show you if that works. So let me set up the camera here. So I just set up the camera here really close to the butterfly, and the funny thing is that normally this is almost impossible. There is a slightly bit of wind. You can see that the little flower is constantly moving, but at this point it's okay. I've been here where the flowers blow about 10 centimeters and then you just try to get a shot where you're holding the flower still, trying to catch it. But right now it's actually really nice to photograph them like this. And you can see if I move a little bit more to this side, the other one is sitting right there on top of the other butterfly. So, but this one is easier to photograph with the light from the back coming through its wings, and you can see that this orange spot here actually means that it's a male. The males have these orange spots, and the females they are white when they open their wings. So yeah, just a really nice subject for some really nice macro or close-up. I don't know how you call it, if this is macro or close-up, but at least it's a nice subject to photograph, and that's the most important. So yeah, absolutely a great morning here. So the sun is now way above that tree line, really nice light, and I'm just trying to get some really large enlargements, you know, a 1x1 enlargement of these butterflies. And you can do it with the distance dial here on the side of the lens. So You can see it right over here. And if you put that in one by one, you get a really large enlargement of this butterfly. And with the 90 millimeter last year, I attached a 2x converter, and that gave me a 4x enlargement. So really good enlargement of these butterflies. But the only way that it works on the 60 millimeter, so if you have this, the one by one enlargement only works in manual focus. So it's not actually that hard, you know. Usually when I get a macro shot like this, I put it in manual focus, but I actually don't focus with the ring. I just move the camera slightly to the front and to the back to get the right focus, and then I just hold the shutter halfway, move it a little bit, and then press the shutter when I think it is in focus. And of course you can, I've got it set now for one shot, so it's only taking one shot, but you can put it that it shoots continuous shots. Then you get 30-40 shots, there's always one in focus. So just try that, you know, it's very easy. So yeah, let me show you those one by one enlargements. You know, it's a little bit difficult to film with the one hand like this moving, and then yeah, like this. It's a little bit of working like this. You see, I can just pull it to the front and the back and see when the butterfly is in focus, and then push through. Yeah, works really nicely. So these are the really close-up shots. I hope these worked. Some nice light from the back, and I think I'm gonna leave those two butterflies alone. I know where they are, and they will probably be here for another hour. And I will just see if I can find a female somewhere, or maybe two on one leaf. There's another field of butterflies a little more to the back. That might be interesting to check out. So yeah, hopefully we can find some more. Would be nice, but I'm already very excited with finding these two right over here. So I have to be a bit careful here. You can see there are a lot of these flowers here in this field, for example. But you can see these pools of water here. It's actually a sort of a swamp here. So I can't walk everywhere. So I have to stick to the paths here and really try to find them next to the paths. Because if I would walk in there, I would really need wellies until my knees. Because you will definitely get in there. But it's also not allowed. So you get a large fine from the forestry here to if you do that, if they catch you with doing that. So I just stick to the paths, and usually I can find one. At least I found two today. So great day. So hopefully yeah, I can find some more on the other field. And what I'm actually hoping to find, that's the one thing that I haven't shot before, is two butterflies on one flower. So was a little bit difficult with those two because they were not on the same flower, so they were in a different focus distance. And if you're thinking, why didn't he do a focus tag? Well, I actually didn't, because there was just a little bit of a breeze. You know, a focus tag works perfectly when your subject is absolutely still, but in this case it wasn't. You know, the flower was constantly moving a little bit, and it's just a little bit, but it is movement. And if you do a focus tag, then it really, these images don't turn out to be really nice. So I just tried to take the best in one shot, and hopefully they worked. So the difficult thing about finding these butterflies is that every one of those small pink flowers is potentially a butterfly, and they are so hard to see because they really look like they belong to that flower. You know, it's just an attached little leaf or flower next to it. So you really have to scan them and scan every little flower from every angle, because I've walked by them thinking yeah, that I could find some, that there were no flowers on it. But when I walked around it and looked from the other direction, I just noticed it was sitting right on top without me noticing it. So it's just extremely hard to find them. But in this field there are a lot of flowers, so hopefully yeah, I can find a couple ones here. That would be nice. So yeah, let's do my best. But just to give you an idea, I just zigzagged through this whole field, scanning thousands of flowers, and I found zero, not a single one. So I got really lucky with those first two next to the path. But there's another patch in the back there that I'm gonna look at right now. just doing my best. But I just wanted to show you that it's not that easy to find these things. You know, it's not that I go out here, see a butterfly. It was just really lucky to find two of them. And last year, you didn't see it in the video, but it actually took me 3 trips here to find one butterfly. So yeah, it's just really, really difficult. So finally I managed to find another one. Again, just next to the path here behind me. And right on this flower here is a female. So let me try to show you how this one looks. It's a bit difficult position, so it will probably not be a nice shot, but you can see that this is a female. And yeah, instead of with some other species, the females aren't actually that attractive with this species. You know, they don't have that orange tip on their back. They just look a little different, but the males usually are much more appealing to photograph. Yeah, total opposite from humans, if you ask me. But but I'm just gonna try to take this shot. What is nice is that if I shoot it a little bit down, there's a little bit of water, so it's really dark there, and the butterfly is sitting in that early morning sunlight. So I'm trying to yeah, make use of that actually. But there's a lot of wind here in this spot, so trying to make it a really dark image, and then try to expose that butterfly right. If you're photographing subjects like this, always check on the back of the camera if these images are in focus, because it is so difficult to get the focus, especially when you have to shoot it from your hand with a moving subject. It's almost impossible, but I'm just trying to do it anyway. But I'm always looking at the eyes, you know. When the eyes are in focus, then it's fine by me, you know. So let's try it again. So I just noticed some kind of mosquito, a very large mosquito, sitting on one of those grass spreads here. And it just, it looked really nice, but I'm not sure if I can get the focus right with all this wind. You know, this grass spread is going everywhere, so I really have to wait until the right moment and take a couple of shots. So I hope it works, because it's sitting quite nicely on one grass spread going into the frame, so you can make a really nice composition here. But yeah, let's see if this worked out. So somehow the microphone stopped working from this point in the video. I have no idea why, but now it's working again. So don't know why, you have to figure it out. But I noticed this butterfly from the path about 10 meters further, and it's the only flower, as you can see, that is quite high in this field, and I could just see that orange tip of the butterfly sitting on top of it. And the nice thing is that the butterfly was sitting in some sunlight, but you can see behind it is a bit of shadow. So I really used that contrast between light and dark to find a nice composition, and especially with those grasses in the background, it was really nice to search for a good composition here. So this is the shot of this butterfly on top of this flower. So eventually I walked back to the place where I found those first two butterflies, and they were still sitting on top of their grasses as I expected. Normally it takes about 2 hours for them to warm up, so in that time you can just go back, photograph them again with a little bit of different light, different angle. And I really wanted to take a shot of photographing them both in one shot where they are both in focus. In the first few images it got a little bit abstract with the one in the back completely out of focus. So what I did, I just turned the flower a little bit towards the other butterfly and then photographed them both from hand. So as I can look now, it looks in focus. So these are the shots of the two butterflies sitting right next to each other. So that's it for today's video. A bit of a weird ending here from home, but somehow, yeah, the microphone just stopped working. I have no idea why. I recorded 2 new videos where everything is okay, but somehow in this video, yeah, the microphone just stopped, or it actually didn't stop. It did record, but it was just like I was talking with my hand before my mouth. I just couldn't use that footage. So I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this video about this subject. If you enjoyed going off the landscape path for once. And every now and then I might make a video like this. But I think in the coming weeks it will be mainly about landscape photography again, because I have a lot of material coming up. So yeah, please push the thumbs up button if you like the video and leave a comment. There's a comment button, a comment underneath this video. And please push the subscribe button somewhere underneath this video. There's a subscribe button and a little notification bell. And that's actually quite important. If you push the notification bell and select all, you will get a message when I release my next video. And that's always on Thursdays and on Sundays. So totally free, you don't have to pay anything for it, but I really appreciate your support. So thanks for watching, see you in the landscape next time, bye bye.